Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. Well, Gary, I'm so excited that you just talked about one of your wonderful experiences, about what you're doing with your students in your class. And I think give us a little bit a kind of taster of what happened today. Huh,
Yep.
Gary?
Well, it's getting to be spring, and so I decided a plants theme would be a good one for this time of year. And I wasn't expecting students to be as excited about gardening as I am. I'm very excited for this season. It's the time of year when we get to see things starting to happen and pop out of the ground. Well, on Monday, one of my students got excited about the topic. By Tuesday morning, they had already come back from the plant store. Their mom took them in. They bought pots and soil and seeds, and they had their balcony covered with pots, labeled what kind of food they're growing in there. We met on Tuesday for our hourly mentoring session, and for more than an hour, I was blown away. They were talking about, well, what about this? And what if the cucumbers get too tall? And how am I going to support the plant? And what if I 3D print a little cucumber trellis? And how tall should it be? And do they get enough sun? And how often should I water them? And it was like an explosion of curiosity and passion, really, first from a student who, as far as I know, has never really been interested in plants before. So I was blown away. Yeah.
Well, Gary, what excites me so much here is really that we see that through inspiration, because you didn't know whether they were going and getting into plants, because plants was your kind of topic, but we can inspire them also, And what happens, it seems to me, and this is what we do at SBL constantly, is we interact constantly with our students. We actually, let them talk, and then out of their conversation we broaden the space and we say, what else can we do? Yeah. And how would you describe this kind of learning experience for yourself as a facilitator, but also for your students?
Well, there's cool stuff out in the world. Like, how does a seed become a plant? I don't really know. It's kind of a magic that we just get to enjoy. And so for me to choose that as a topic, it's partly because I don't understand all of how it works. So it's a chance for me to get to learn more, or to just stand in appreciation of this amazing process that nature has worked out. And so at 13 or 14 years old, my students, they don't know everything that they're going to be interested in their life. And so I expose them to these things and say, hey, take a look, see what grabs you. Maybe 1 week, 2 students are super into it, and the rest say, but we have to keep paying attention to what we're getting back from them. And then when they're running, just, run alongside or stand back and say, go, go, go. But a lot of the time, the learning and the passion, when they're internally motivated, it runs itself. I'm here to cheerlead, and I'm here to say, hey, take a picture of that, remind them to sort of document things, and maybe push their thinking a little bit if there's something they're not seeing. But mostly I'm here to say, yeah, that's super cool. I can see why you're excited about that. It's a process that I can't make happen. I can spark little things, but unless that particular person really has, at least at this time in their life, a genuine interest, nothing can happen. But if it's there, then I'm there to, feed the fire a little bit and say, yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And I like that, right, Gary? It's really about cheerleading. It's really about inspiring. keep being curious, showing them the curiosity yourself, being a learner as well. So they see, yeah, I'm also learning. I'm also interested in that, and then observing and see what happens, because sometimes they may come up with ideas or with content or with notions that, as you said before, we don't know. And that's the magical part of it, and oh, I'm so excited about that. Is there any other story that you would like to share with us where that happened?
I'm just thinking about, for me, sitting here in Oregon on the west coast of the United States,
So
chatting
far
with
away.
the gardener in Cyprus, 10 time zones away. What if I had students that were a 20-minute drive away, and we could make a salad at the end of the season, and we could eat my lettuce and tomatoes with their carrots and their cucumbers? So I'm already getting excited for having students locally that can go meet up with me face to face and the other students face to face. So I'm dreaming a little bit as I enjoy the present reality. I'm also thinking about what's possible for SBL in the future in new places.
Well, and now you've seen one of our facilitators, leading facilitators in the United States and in the Americas. And as you may see, this is a very inspiring person. So, and if you want to not only be inspired by this person online, and you would like to meet this inspired person in real life, yes, then School Beyond Limitations is the right place for your daughter, for your son. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, right, Gary, you can't wait to run all of our residential weeks in the States and beyond, in the northern part of America.
Let's go.
And yeah, let's go for it. You have already School Beyond Limitations on your, yeah? Yes, sleeve. Look at this. School Beyond
So
Limitations.
comfy. And
Yeah,
again, designed by an SBL student.
yes, exactly. Designed by an SBL student and also sold by an SBL student who set up his own company. And that's also what we are doing at the SBL. So please join us. You will find the website in the description. Thank you, Gary, for sharing this wonderful experience. It's amazing. Thank
Always
you.
good to talk to you, Martina.
At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can, indeed, bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.
Trust and you can see.